obviously there was going to be an outcry on the left. But I think that there were enough centrists and conservatives that even who didn't like Jimmy Kimmel that were saying stuff like, this is not good, this is really weird, this is bad, this is not what we signed up for, that ABC realized, okay. And then they started looking at the canceled Disney Plus subscriptions, the canceled Hulu subscriptions, and they said, okay, there's more strength on this side than we realized. We can bring them back. And now Nexstar and Sinclair are trying to keep their feet in the sand there. So they can't be moved, but they no longer have the power that they once executed because the other syndicates are not going to snowball along with them. So I think they'll end up bringing Kimmel back as well.
Well, yeah, because what's the option? You're just paying for something you're not airing?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's...
Because if they're not going to air it, then doesn't Disney, and I don't know the, legalese, but doesn't Disney then have a right to offer this syndicated program to another...
Meaning like local NBC affiliate?
Well, I mean, they are syndicated, so they're paying to air Jimmy Kimmel.
CW should pick it up. That's who should pick it up. CW in those towns, because I mean, CW is a free for all. You know what I mean?
Frog?
Oh yeah. Bring back the WB. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I think. No, I don't know. They must have some kind of deal where ABC can only offer it to their ABC affiliate stations.
I just feel like they're paying for something they're not using.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's a pay-for-play scenario or not. But I do think that at a point, advertisers of the local syndicated markets, that's probably where it would hurt.
Right.
That the advertisers to those local syndicated markets would start to say, hey, we want Kimmel back on. Because especially last night, if I'm a local advertiser in... I think Portland, Oregon was one of the cities that didn't get Kimmel last night. If I'm a local advertiser on the affiliate, this was the show. I mean, everybody was tuning in to see what Kimmel had to say. And his monologue was long enough that it was a 2-segment monologue, which means that he took a break. He took a commercial break in his monologue, and then he came back and finished the monologue. If you've got a commercial in between those 2 segments. Now, look, I mean, still, I'm sure there's going to be more people watching on YouTube and stuff, but the people watching on YouTube were never going to watch television anyway. That's not your audience. Your audience, if you're up at 11 o'clock and you're watching television, odds are, whether you like him or not, you're watching Kimmel last night to see what he had to say. And that's probably going to continue on for at least another day or two. And then it'll kind of even out.
Everyone will go back to not watching Jimmy Kimmel.
Now they'll watch what they watch. They'll watch what they were watching before. But also, I can't imagine if you were watching Jimmy Kimmel and then you turn it on and it's local news instead, you're probably going to flip over and watch Colbert or Jimmy Fallon or something. If you watch a late night talk show or a Shark Tank on cable, but if you watch a late night talk show on network television, you're probably not going to be like, oh, this is just as good. It's the local evening news. So I've got to believe that at some point advertisers will say, hey, unless, who knows? If the ratings weren't great and they're like, yeah, they're a little lower, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Who knows?
But like you
I was going to say it'd be funny if the local news gets higher ratings.
Right. If they got like Ernie Anastas to start talking about chickens and stuff.
Yeah.
That would be the move. Get outrageous local news. Because if there was I would watch outrageous local news.
I would love it.
Yeah. And that's kind of what they need to do. It's not like there's any integrity left in anything. Oh. So maybe just if you really want to win this thing, put outrageous local news on instead of Jimmy Kimmel, and you'll have your locals watching it. Did you hear what this news anchor said last night? It was outrageous. But Jimmy returned last night for the rest of us, and no surprise, got a standing ovation, and kind of commented on everything that was going on. He didn't apologize. He certainly, he explained himself, and he sympathized and empathized with people who took his clip wrong. Well, you can hear it. So first, let's go to 155. He gets on and kind of, this is his first words, returning after.
Imagine being.
You probably sign into an account that's got no ads. Do we have an account with no ads?
No. Come on.
Okay. No. Was that ridiculous?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
That means they'd have to pay for an account.
Right. I mean, I do that for my personal. It's just easier to watch.
I like supporting business.
Local businesses?
Yeah, any business, whoever. Yeah.
Well, because I'm watching a YouTube video at Jimmy Kimmel, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta tell you about this back brace," and I get tricked. Does that ever happen to you, Troy?
All the time.
Okay, so you get it. No, this is what he said when he first gets back.
If you're just joining us, we are preempting your regularly scheduled encore episode of Celebrity Family Feud to bring you this special report. I'm happy to be here tonight with you.
Why don't you guys do that for me?
Why?
Well, could you hit pause when I come in? When I'm like, "Hey, happy Wednesday." Why don't you like? It's always so easy for me to start the show. Nobody's applauding. I don't have to wait for anything. Why don't you guys I go like, "Hey, welcome to the show." Yeah. You know, I have to sit there and go like, guys.
Are you bringing us like Egg McMuffins or something?
No.
Are you shouting out the city like Mick Foley?
All right, I could cheat pop every. We're in Manhattan.
Woo!
I guess I haven't. I always did the thumbs up. No, I guess I haven't. Maybe I haven't earned my applause.
Oh.
Well, it's also, I don't, he's not having his staff come out and make a whole.
Yeah, it's his
charade.
fans.
Well,
You
I
should be
don't-
mad at the listeners.
Hey, you should be mad that we don't have a live audience.
Should we try to get a live audience in here?
Good luck.
We can't even get YouTube with no ads. Oh, you're right. What if I made the tickets free?
I mean, these tickets are free.
Yeah, it's early in the morning.
It's so early.
Yeah.
I don't even want to be here this early.
But listen, okay, we're going down a bad road. Let's go back to Jimmy.
Please be seated. I'm not sure who had a weirder 48 hours, me or the CEO of Tylenol. It's been overwhelming. I've heard from a lot of people over the last 6 days. I've heard from all the people in the world over the last 6 days. Everyone I have ever met has reached out 10 or 11 times. Weird characters from my past are the guy who fired me from my first radio job in Seattle, where we are not airing tonight, by the way. Sorry, Seattle. His name is Larry. In 1989, Larry tried to force me to do a bit called Jokes for Donuts, where people would call in with a joke and I would give them donuts. I refused to do it, and then I made a lot of fun of Larry for suggesting it, and eventually Larry fired me, and I had to move back in with my parents. But even he wrote in to cheer me up. Thank you, Larry, and I want to thank everyone who checked in.
You know, I do think if McClure ever asked me to do Jokes for Donuts, I would probably do it. And just be like, you think that'll go well? And I'll go, McClure really wanted us to do Jokes for Donuts today.
Hey, buddy.
And, yeah, that feels more like like an idea. Like jokes. So explain it to me. They tell a joke and we give them a donut.
Is this
Okay.
an in-studio thing?
Yeah.
Do
Well,
we ship them the donut?
we've got donut coupons. Okay. I guess we can give out donut coupons. Yeah, that sounds fine. You know who I heard might or might not have reached out to Jimmy? Because he said everybody reached out. Tell me if this would make you feel better or worse if this was happening to you.
Okay.
There's a rumor that Mario Bosco did indeed reach out. I have it on good authority that Mario Bosco may have indeed reached out.
That'll make me feel good.
If you were really going through it, like, fuck, like, the government's literally silencing me. I don't know if I'm going to get this back. And then, hey, I heard you were going through it.
I'm here for you, buddy.
I just want you to know, give me a call if you need anything.
You have on good authority that happened?
Yes, I do.
Then I believe it.
Yes, I do have it on good authority that happened. Thanks, Mario. I appreciate you looking out.
Just no self-awareness at all.
Hey, Jimmy!
By the way, I'm available.
Yeah. Also, who's your contact at ABC? All right, let's go back to Jimmy. He didn't mention Mario by name in the monologue.
Too many people to thank.
No, but that's an aside that I may know. I believe that.
Right. I do too. Knowing what you know, I believe that.
And I'm not a gullible guy. So if I believe it based on the information that I have, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, you were born at night.
Not last night, though. Did you come up with that? Let's listen to it.
A week to list all of them, but some that I do especially want to mention are my fellow late night talk show hosts, my friend Stephen Colbert, who's found himself in this predicament. My friends Jon Stewart, Seth Meyers, Jimmy Fallon, John Oliver, Conan O'Brien, James Corden, Arsenio, Kathy, Wanda, Chelsea, even Jay reached out. I heard from late night hosts in other countries, from Ireland and from Germany. The guy in Germany offered me a job. Can you imagine? This country has become so authoritarian, the Germans are like, come here. Come loose. My boyhood idols, Howard Stern and David Letterman, were very considerate and kind. And I feel honored
It's
to be
coming.
part of
He's
a
gonna
group of
mention
people
it.
that knows what goes into doing a show like this. And I also want to thank all of you.
All right. You get buzz. He's thanking everybody, Not everybody. Sandy Kane's going, Mario, can you give me his number? I don't know. I reached out to her and she wouldn't give me Jimmy Kimmel's number. Sandy, it's a he.
Now's not the time.
It's a man.
Also,
It's a man, Sandy.
boy.
No, it's not. He's not a boy. He's a full-grown man. He's older than you.
Who?
Mario.
That's impossible.
No, it's very possible.
Look at me.
Oh, wow.
There's no way he's older than
Look. God doesn't treat everybody the same way. Ray in Georgia. What's up, Ray?
Hey, first of all, I reached out to Jimmy Kimmel, but I haven't heard back.
Oh, man, sorry.
Also, I have a family member that works in TV broadcasting. Sinclair wants a formal apology, and I think a donation, maybe.
An apology. They want an apology to them, or they want an apology to Charlie Kirk?
Basically, they want a formal apology from Kimmel about what he said. I guess just in general, maybe.
And a meaningful donation, personal donation to Turning Point.
Right. That's what the holdout is.
You can buy yourself out of detention.
Yeah.
Yes, basically.
Perfect. Thank you, Ray. I believe it.
All right, you're welcome.
Prove it with your wallet. How sorry are you?
Yeah, I mean, they put out a statement saying that, like, last week.
Sinclair.
Yeah. Like, this is what we want. A suspension is not enough.
Well, I mean, we want money.
You want money. Money will make my feelings better.
Well, what either the apology or money? I guess we'll take the money. The apology thing is so nuts to me. It's like, I don't know. It's just a person, now say you're sorry. It's so childlike to me. It's just the demand. Like, it's one thing to be like, hey, explain yourself. And explain, like, this, you did damage. Explain yourself here. That's okay, but the idea of like, no. Like, a formal apology. You didn't say the words, I'm sorry. Like, that's like.
Say the words.
That's what you tell that to like a small child when you're teaching them how to apologize. You don't
Who cares about an apology if there's no actual remorse?
Right. Or that's exactly right. Like I don't like apologies. When people are like, I'm sorry I did, just show me.
Okay.
Change the behavior. If you're sorry you did it, change the behavior and I'll know. I'll know real quick if you're actually sorry or not. But I don't need to hear the words. Don't placate me. I'm sorry. Okay, well, show me. Let's see if you're. We'll be able to tell. Rocky in Houston. What's up, Rocky?
What's up, gentlemen? Sammy, your impression of Mario stinks, but you sound exactly like the little old guy from that animated Adam Sandler movie, the Christmas one. To
be fair, I will say that my Mario Bosco impression, I was not going for a grounded one. I wasn't necessarily. I was thinking more like the Terrence and Phillip style mocking Canadians.
But on the positive side, you sound exactly like the little white-haired gentleman in the Adam Sandler film, that animated Christmas one. I forget the name of it.
I have to check that out because it is nice to know that I could, if I wanted to go more grounded, I could do that guy.
Yeah, well, it would be a dead-on fucking impression. So keep working on it.
I will.
You got that one locked down.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Rocky. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that Jimmy Kimmel's going to formally apologize. This is, if you go to 624, this is where he kind of explained his intention and the sort of, because I think ultimately, is it about the exact statement, or is it about people looking for a reason to get him off the air? You know what I mean? So for the people who were actually offended, hurt, whatever, by what he said, and the fact that what he said was not accurate, he cleared that up here.
I've been hearing a lot about what I need to say and do tonight, and the truth is, I don't think what I have to say is going to make much of a difference. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind. But I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. I don't think there's anything funny about it. I posted a message on Instagram on the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it. I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. That was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make, but I understand that to some that felt either ill-timed or unclear, or maybe both. And for those who think I did point a finger, I get why you're upset. If the situation was reversed, there's a good chance I'd have felt the same way. I have many friends and family members on the other side who I love and remain close to, even though we don't agree on politics at all. I don't think the murderer who shot Charlie Kirk represents anyone. This was a sick person who believed violence was a solution, and it isn't. Ever. And also, selfishly...
This is what the world's most fancy.
Oh, look at that. I gotta invest in whatever this product is, like a computer. So, okay, back to Jimmy Kimmel.
I am a person who gets a lot of threats. I get many ugly and scary threats against my life, my wife, my kids, my coworkers, because of what I choose to say. And I know those threats don't come from the kind of people on the right who I know and love. So that's what I wanted to say on that subject. But I don't want to make this about me because, and I know this is what people say when they...
And I mean, look, there is a real, like, at some point they really made, and maybe it was when he decided to get more political on his show, Jimmy Kimmel, but there was a moment where a lot of people on the right made Jimmy the face of, like, everything that's wrong with everything. And I can't imagine the type of stuff that he gets in terms of threats and everything like that. And I can buy that he probably didn't intend to make light of something like Charlie Kirk getting murdered or assassinated. And I get that he could have real sensitivities about the fact that a lot of people took it that way. But I think like that is far more valuable than an apology, just like an explanation as to how he felt and where he feels about it now, and a full like sort of, okay, let's take the jokes out of it and give you some full clarity on how he feels about it and how he acknowledges the seriousness of it. I think that's, I mean, for anybody on any side, far more important, especially if you believe it. And some people will and some people won't, and that's fair. But I think that's far more important than being like, okay, but are you sorry? It's like, what? I thought we were grown-ups having a conversation. Right. But are you sorry? I mean, that's like the sort of like you have to do a formal apology and give money is basically them saying you have to admit we win and you lose. If you say you win and I lose, then we'll let you back. If you say you are right, I am wrong, you're very good looking, I am not particularly attractive, if you go through all of it, then we'll let you back on. No, we want you to apologize. It would mean a lot. Oh, really? It would? Those words
I'm sorry.
are so impactful. Okay. So then he gets into, once he clarifies all this, he gets into kind of the FCC and Brendan Carr and Trump and everything that surrounded him getting taken off the air for a few days.
They make things about them. But I really don't. This show is not important. What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this. I've had the opportunity to meet and spend time with comedians and talk show hosts from countries like Russia, countries in the Middle East, who tell me they would get thrown in prison for making fun of those in power, and worse than being thrown in prison. They know how lucky we are here. Our freedom to speak is what they admire most about this country. And that's something I'm embarrassed to say I took for granted until they pulled my friend Steven off the air and tried to coerce the affiliates who run our show in the cities that you live in to take my show off the air. That's not legal. That's not American. That is un-American, and it is so dangerous. I want you to think about this. Should the government be allowed to regulate which podcasts the cell phone companies and Wi-Fi providers are allowed to let you download to make sure they serve the public interest? You think that sounds crazy? 10 years ago,
you know what's really funny about that? I love that people didn't quite follow what he was saying. You can hear it in the audience, because he said you understand it if you're deep in the technology and you're deep into this world. But if you're just a regular person, if I say, do you think the government should be able to restrict the Wi-Fi and cell companies in terms of what podcasts should be released for the public good?
No.
I understand you're looking for something here, but I'm not 100% sure. I want to go with you, but because you can hear the audience going, yeah, no, yes, no. And he's like, no, the answer is no, they shouldn't. Yeah, I'm saying no. Wait, so the cell phone companies do podcasts? No, that's not what I'm saying. I think that example maybe took for granted people's understanding of the distribution of media.
Wondery?
Yeah, I thought you could get it on Spotify.
What?
You get it from T-Mobile? Is that what we're saying? You could? Can I? I don't listen on Wi-Fi because I'm on a run.
You're right. I bet the majority of people.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Right.
That's why
they associate the FCC with television.
Yeah. And I bet if you told people the FCC is mad at this podcast or this or their FCC is mad at HBO, they'd be like, "Yep, that makes sense." They don't nobody knows. No, if you're not in media, nobody knows the difference anymore between a YouTube show or a cable show or a premium cable show or a network show or any of that.
Oh, I would love to know how many complaints the FCC gets about
1
cable
million.
networks, HBO.
1 million. I bet
Netflix.
the FCC gets complaints about Theo Vaughn. They get 1 million. 1 million complaints a day about everything. Nobody has any idea what any. And also, it's a little bit outdated. That's why it's almost like what the FCC grants licenses to people who broadcast over public airwaves. But that was concocted at a time when that was really the only form of entertainment that people were trying to wrap their heads around, television being going into everybody's homes and everything, and oh my God. So they said, okay, if you're going to go over public airwaves and there's no control, the idea was that this is over a public airwave, anybody with an antenna gets it, so it's almost like you're going into a person's home without expressed permission. So here's the regulation over it. With cable, it was, nobody gets cable unless they pay for it. So once you pay for it, that's the permission you have to go into somebody's home. So that means that the government has no regulation over, you paying for it because the over-the-air networks are free. That said, we are so far removed from a time when anybody but this tiny little sector of people actually get over-the-air television for free. The idea that there's still like this giant group of people who have rabbit ears or whatever it is that get over-the-air television for free is ridiculous. So, I mean, I don't even think that at this point it really makes a ton of sense that the FCC still has guidelines over network television because it doesn't apply the same way that it used to apply. And you could make the argument that, well, everyone's got a phone, everyone's got this, everyone's got the internet. If Wi-Fi is just everywhere, but I guess because the difference is you have to actually pay for access to Wi-Fi in your house, that now all of a sudden the FCC doesn't. But it doesn't. You tell me network television and like terrestrial radio is still a public service?
Well, I don't think they're public services, but as long as, they're still technically what they were before.
Exactly. Like you set this rule in motion when they were something that it's like, okay, we're defining what this is. And we defined it then, so that's the definition. And now, like, I mean, there's no way that anybody would win a battle to get the FCC away from this.
No, of course not.
Especially because the FCC would be like, well, that would leave us without jobs. I don't understand. We need to protect the people. But the idea that, like, network television getting into a home is any more or less dangerous or needs to be protected any more or less than
right, it's outdated.
The internet or cable or anything like that is extremely outdated at this point. So Kimmel continues on. He talks about everybody that reached out to him. He talks about the FCC and politics and everything. But if you go to 12:13, I think this was probably my favorite joke of the monologue. Whoa, I feel like we could probably.
They put a lot of ads in this.
Oh, I mean, they're smart. They got to make their money back. I mean, they lost like a few days of income. But also, if we're going to play off YouTube, we could probably talk to somebody here about ponying up $7 to.
I've asked before.
Really?
Years ago, yeah.
Ask
no,
again.
just install an ad blocker.
No.
I'm happy to ask again.
Ask again.
It doesn't hurt to.
Ask again.
Sure.
Like, just do it the right way. We're a corporation, for God's sake.
We did have an ad blocker on here for a long time, and we still do, but YouTube gets around it now.
Of course they do, because it's not the way to do it.
I'm happy to ask again.
You know what corporation has decided that for the better of the corporation, they should just get YouTube Premium? Not Sam.
Well, I feel like Not Sam has a budget.
If not Sam's, the income coming into Not Sam is a thimble compared to the income coming into Sirius XM.
What about all the shirts you sell?
We do move merch, but here's the problem with the merch.
Go ahead.
The margins are so razor thin.
Because of all the Gildan shirts?
We don't use Gildan, unfortunately. We use premium quality fabrics.
That's the way to do it, though.
It is, but then our margins are slim.
Cashmere?
We use cashmere. It's mainly cashmere.
I asked again.
Thank you.
It'll be my account, though.
Well, no, that's fine. I mean, of course. Listen, if you just get the cash, I would do the same thing. I think that's the way to go. But let me tell you something. The merch that they sell for every Sirius XM show except for Sam Roberts show.
Okay, he says yes.
See, look, that was
all you
easy.
got to do.
All you got to do is ask.
All you got to do is ask.
Should I ask for something else?
Yes.
Let's see.
What do you want?
Reimbursement from things that from back in May.
See if you get a little raise for Troy too.
Yeah, just a little.
See if
little
you get.
bump.
See if you can get another 5-10% for Troy.
5-10%?
Well, I mean, while,
make it more than me.
Shoot for 10. Do you mind?
while we're asking,
shoot for 10.
10 would be nice.
And then we'll settle at 8.
Smart. You played this game before. This ain't your first rodeo. I mean, while we're asking, if we're in a yes type of mood, you gotta keep going.
I don't want to look the gift horse in the mouth.
Maybe he's having a good day.
He's probably having a good day. See if you can get another 10.
Because of tonight?
Yeah.
See if you can get an 8.
It's a big night.
See if you can get a nice 8%.
8%?
No. We're starting.
You start at 10, but that's what I'm saying. Like, do it strategically.
Oh, okay. While we're asking.
He'll come back at 5 and be like, "Hey, no."
And then you hit him back with 8 and go like, done.
Yeah. While we're asking, can Troy
get a nice little 10% for himself?
Pretty please.
A nice little 10%.
And you say little, so it's like not a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Big deal. What's 10% to you?
For himself.
For himself, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll
Thank
see-
you very
we'll
much
see
for
what he
doing
says.
that. Yeah, I think it's important.
Now you
know?
think he'll come back at 5, and then we'll settle on 8.
We'll settle on 8.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, but this was Jimmy getting back to the jokes on the monologue.
You almost have to feel sorry for him. He did his best to cancel me. Instead, he forced millions of people to watch the show. That backfired bigly. He might have to release the Epstein files to distract us from this now.
Okay. And you know that one bugged him. That one bugged the president. He doesn't like that stuff.
Stop talking.
He wishes they would stop bringing it up. That bugged him. That bugged him a lot. He's probably going to go to the FCC chairman and say, hey, you can't be talking about Epstein on late night television.
He's already threatening.
Trump is?
Yeah, he
That's
wrote
smart.
a big Truth Social post.
Oh, good.
That I was going to have to go after ABC again.
There's a lot of words.
A lot of words.
I didn't even want to read it.
A
I was
lot
like,
of threats.
I can't read this right now.
I mean, I feel like President Trump maybe's got to slow down a little bit.
Maybe concentrate on the country.
Yeah, just chill for a second. Like, reassess. You know how sometimes, like, you're doing a lot all at the same time, and you realize, like, nothing's getting done properly, so you kind of have to just stop, reprioritize, and start doing one thing at a time? I feel like we may be at that place right now.
Even Rogan yesterday was like, how do you have time to tweet about late night hosts?
You couldn't possibly. How do you know why would a president check the ratings of television shows? Why would you do that?
I mean, he's obsessed with ratings.
He loves ratings. And it's like, nobody's obsessed with ratings anymore. All television. You know why nobody checks television ratings anymore? Because they're all in the toilet. Yeah. All television shows except the NFL, the TV ratings are in the toilet. It's all bad news. So nobody checks them anymore. Huh?
McClure didn't write back.
Is there, like, writing bubbles?
No.
None?
No.
Oh, as a matter of fact, the bubble turned green. I think he blocked Travis's number. That sucks.
I thought he was just checking with, like, accounting.
This is what he might be doing. He'll hit you back.
Sorry, I think we might have reached too high on the 10.
I told you. I
think 10 might have been a
I
little...
mean, I don't feel like that's unreasonable.
Let's just start at YouTube Premium.
He probably also didn't love that the negotiation was happening like this. And also didn't realize Travis was your agent.
Who's going to be my agent?
I know somebody. I know somebody who would probably take you on if they can have somebody else.
That's true. That's true.
I don't think it's worth his while. I'll be honest with you.
Maybe not. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, the idea of like checking television ratings and being obsessed with all this stuff, I feel